Hello, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you for attending today. This is an overview of the COTE, the COTE Recertification Program. And my name is Terry Locklear. I'm from the Office of Online Learning. I'm the Senior Instructional Designer. We also have Ms. Kristen Purvis with us today, Instructional Designer. We also have Dr. Hicks from the Teaching and Learning Center, the Director of the TLC, with us as well, and also Dr. Nino. He's the director of the Office of Online Learning. So I'm going to start today by just providing an overview of what the COTE is. So COTE is an acronym for the Certificate in Online Teaching and Learning Excellence. So if you're attending this webinar, you probably already know some information about the program, but I'll just go ahead and provide you with a quick refresher. It's a 6-week asynchronous online course offered through. It's hosted by the Office of Online Learning as well as the TLC. So it's a 6-week course. We offer it in the fall and the spring and the summer. So it's offered once a semester, 3 times annually. It typically focuses on best practices for online teaching and various software applications and programs as well. And it concludes with the conferring of the certificate and a quality assurance course review process. So now I'll talk a little bit about the modules. So module 1 is, well, we call it Theorize. So in this module, we talk about the application of ID theories. We talk about, we discuss creating a structure for your online course and the importance of providing an introduction and getting your students off to a good start. And we also talk about the importance of alignment and how that can factor in the success of an online course. Moving right along, modules 2 and 3. Module 2 is, we call it design and assess. We talk about the preparation of a course design plan. Course design plan is something that is in a Word document, but it's kind of like building all of the essential elements needed for an online course. So we go through that as an exercise. And during that process, we choose the components of each module. And we also discuss designing a compressed course. We also discuss using an alternative instructional methods to lectures in an online course. So other than lectures, how can we provide students with content? Module 3 is, we call it forecast and deliver. So we talk about the importance of identifying your teaching style. We integrate interactive technology and tools into your course shell. And we also discuss developing instructional content for online courses. So a quick overview, modules 4 and 5. Module 4 is ensuring quality and accessibility. The goals of this module is to recognize and apply universal design and accessibility principles in your online course. So we talk about the importance of accessibility, and we also evaluate the quality and instructional soundness of your online courses. And the second to last module is just called motivate. And in this module, we discuss how we can motivate students in an online course. We identify and describe the course and student characteristics that can inform you in how to motivate your online students. So we discuss the student population at UNC Pembroke and how that should factor into your online course delivery. So we talk about how important it is to recognize your students. And we also discuss, in terms of demographics, in terms of course level. So 1,000 to 2,000 general ed courses is the way you deliver those is a whole lot different than how you would deliver courses to like a graduate course. And we also discuss the different ways in which the student population can inform your delivery method as well. So we also talk about the 18-year-olds, the traditional college student, versus a large number of our student population, which are those non-traditional students. And last, the last module is called review and reflect, and it's essentially a review of what we discussed in the course. And we, in addition to that review, we ask that participants submit their courses for review, and we review their courses using a rubric that we developed in the Office of Online Learning. And once you successfully complete this course and the review process, you earn a badge. And now I'm going to pass it over to Kristen to discuss the recertification process. So after you go through the initial COTE, the course, and successfully go through the review process, there's then a process for recertification, because the initial certification only lasts for 3 years. So I'm going to pass it over to Kristen now to discuss the recertification piece.
Okay, hey everyone. To retain your certification, every 3 years, you're going to need to complete 18 hours of training, which is related to online teaching and learning. All of the OOL webinars that we offer throughout the semester on various tools and technologies and methods and everything, those all count towards those hours. And those can be live presentations like we're doing right now, or you can go in and watch the recorded sessions on YouTube afterward. And you'll just need to submit a form afterward. And that link was included in the email we sent out. And you can either do that after each activity you complete, or if you want to keep track of them for all 3 years and then just submit it at the end right before the deadline, that's fine too. And out of the 18 hours that you have to complete within those 3 years, at least 12 of them need to be obtained through our webinars and trainings that we offer through the Office of Online Learning. And we have the list of upcoming webinars and events on the website, and I believe we included a link to that as well. So for the 6 hours that you can complete outside of the Office of Online Learning, they have to relate specifically to online teaching, not just teaching in general. If you have a question about an upcoming conference or seminar that you're interested in and whether it would be, whether it would count towards your recertification hours for your COTE, you can just send us an email at cotesupport@uncp.edu. And you can also email us there to check on your current status of how many hours you've completed so far. And then I mentioned this already, but you have the option to complete the form after each activity if that's easier for you, or do them all at once, as long as you get them to us before the due date, which would be 3 years after the conference of your COTE certificate. And then again, if you have any questions about how many hours you've completed or whether an activity will be relevant, then you can just email us at cotesupport@uncp.edu.
So at this time, I'm going to ask maybe Dr. Nino or Dr. Hicks if they would like to add anything to what's already been said.
Yes, thank you, Terry. The rationale behind the recertification process is not really to add busy work. We really know that you're busy, that you have a lot of things to do, but the nature of online learning, it's ever changing. All the time, there's a new trend, a new tool, a new something that you can implement. And we understand that this certificate is a foundational information session for you, for many of you. And by having to engage in further professional development, you can explore more advanced topics. After you feel that you have mastered the basics in the certificate, this is an opportunity for you to explore other options that are more advanced in nature. That's why in our offerings, you will see micro-learning, gamification, project-based learning. We have the Vanguard Institute with lots of options for you to apply case-based scenarios and things like that for online. So look at this as an opportunity to see what's trending in the field and how you can implement those in the courses. And as they say, if you have any questions or there's something that you want to attend but you're not so sure, we're happy to evaluate with you if that qualifies for the certification. That's all I had to say. Thank you.
We feel like the initial 6-week course provides a good foundation, a good foundation of what's needed for you to be successful in teaching an online course. And additionally, the recertification process is to kind of ensure that you stay current with best practices and what's going on in the field. So that's why we start out with the theoretical framework, because that piece is not going to, it doesn't have a shelf life like some of the other elements of the COTE, even though we're trying to ensure that it's fresh. What we do in terms of technology this year is likely going to be a much different than what we do 6 years down the road. So that's why the recertification process is so vital. Does anyone have any questions at this time? We're happy to discuss those.
Hi, this is Dina Brees. How are you guys today?
Good. How are you?
Great, thanks. I just wanted to ask if the Vanguard 2021 that we attended in January, if that would count toward the 18 hours.
Yes, it does. It counts for that. And this is going to be very easy because it's 18 hours and it's 60 minutes, like your traditional hour. We don't have a magical formula that you have to worry about. If you attend something for an hour and 15, an hour and 30, just submit that as is, and we will do the calculation for you. But basically, that's what it is. Each hour, it's just one of the ones that you need here. So 60 minutes, 1 hour.
Thank you.
So if you attended Vanguard, let's say you did 6 sessions out of the 16 that we had, you have 6 hours already there. We will have another 12 to go.
When you submit your form for the Vanguard, though, please just indicate which sessions you attended instead of just writing Vanguard and then putting like 8 hours or something. We want to know exactly which sessions you attended and how many hours they each were, please. Thank you.
Hi, this is Jesse Rouse. I am taking classes at another university. So what would be the equivalent for the 6 hours that we can take outside of the 12 through OOL that we could get for a course?
So a whole course can qualify for those 6 external hours. A whole course, or let's say that you completed another certificate. Let's say that you did, after your certificate was conferred, you did another certificate. Those, I know you probably spend more than 6 hours, but just to have a control on the sessions, we are only giving credit for 6. So that's the max. Let's say that you attended a conference, and within that conference, you attended 4 hours, 4 sessions focused on online teaching and learning. Then you will have 4, and then you can pursue the other 2 with an external webinar or another activity that a professional development agency is offering in terms of online teaching and learning. If you're struggling for those 6, you can do all of the 18 in-house with us. We're going to be offering plenty throughout these 3 years, so you can do the whole 18 with us, or we can always suggest for you other options if you don't know what else to take and you still want to do something external. We are happy to talk to you about options that you might have. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, basically you said that a class would count towards the 6. So that was what I was looking for.
Perfect. Good.
And this process is not about us trying to make things difficult or make things confusing. If you have any questions, because there's going to be situations in which we haven't maybe we haven't covered here or we haven't thought of, we would just ask that you contact us before you participate in any activity that you're not sure of. So, and when we can have these discussions. And like I say, like Kristen noted, we're going to be tracking each individual's process. So we'll have a progress. So we'll have a record of where you stand in terms of your 18 hours. So we've got your COTE completion date. We've got your initial completion date. We're going to be tracking your hours and try to make sure that everyone is good to go for recertification 3 years after their completion.
Jesse, again, just a quick question. Are you going to send out, I know it's another 2.5 years away, but are you thinking about sending out reminders like 6 months in advance or anything?
Yes, we're actually thinking about 1 year before, so you have plenty of time. You know, I think 1 year is enough. Don't you think? We're happy to work with you. If you believe that you need 6 months, 1 year, we were thinking 1 year, but we would like to hear from you. What do you think?
I think any kind of reminder would be great.
Okay, awesome.
And
Yeah, I think we can do one.
I'm sorry, Dr. Nino, go ahead.
No, I said that, yeah, we can do 1 year, maybe 6 months.
We could do a poll real quick here on Zoom if you want. I can set that up, see what people
Sure.
prefer.
Yeah.
And I was going to add that our process for tracking these may be, we're tracking a lot of it right now manually, but we're also we're not going to defer the idea of another method in which tracking may be a little bit more efficient on our end and yours. So this is evolving. Is there anyone here that has not completed the initial certification course? If so, I would like to hear from you if you have any specific questions about that.
Terry, this is Nick Arena. I haven't completed it, and I don't have a lot of questions about it, but fitting it into a schedule is tough.
Yeah, I understand the 6 weeks. It's definitely a time commitment. We're going to be offering it during the summer, so whether I'm not sure if you're teaching some of those accelerated courses. So it's going to be spring, summer, and fall. I'm not sure what would be the best time, the best semester for you, but it's definitely it's not something you can casually do. It's an
Right.
active course.
Yeah. Let's talk offline about it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So our poll almost looks like almost 50-50.
Yeah, we had a slight skew towards 1 year, but then it kind of evened out. So
I think we can do both. That's fine. I think 1 year, 6 months. And honestly, once we take a look and we see that somebody's really, really behind, I'm sure we're going to send a personalized message to that person. So bottom line, don't worry. We're going to be here to remind you no matter what. You don't have to worry about that. We will remind you.
And something else you can count on is definitely during the fall and spring semesters, we're going to be having events like these, our weekly webinars. So and Dr. Nino is going to be sending out reminders about those, and those will all count toward your recertification. So I'm going to ask one more time. Does anybody have any questions? Anything we've covered so far? I'm going to ask Dr. Nino if he has anything he would like to add, and go ahead and wrap up.
Nothing. Thank you, everyone. And again, if you have any concerns, any ideas, you want to discuss other opportunities to get professional development outside, just let us know. And thank you. We appreciate your interest.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you.